Welcome in. Happy Monday, everybody. It is June 24th. Hopefully, you all are doing great. Hopefully, you had a great weekend. I am your host, Ben Hostler. We are here to talk about some best bets and winning, hopefully, bets for the Monday slate. Coming off a pretty good weekend. Sunday was big for me. We had around a 2 unit profit. It was like a kind of an unlucky baseball day for me. We needed the under 7.5 in the Giants Cardinals game for a 2-2, like basically break even baseball day. And of course, it scored 8 runs. So that was unfortunate, but we did hit a 2 unit win on Scotty Scheffler. We live bet him at 2-1 before his round on Sunday. We hit a parlay, same game parlay in the Copa America last night. And we also had Uruguay -1.5, and both those won. So we ended the day very strong with a Scotty win and then 2 Copa America wins. Shout out Scotty. I got the shirt on right here. I mean, look, I every single week I see these people on Twitter, Facebook, wherever complaining about, Scotty Scheffler. Just bet. Why is it hard? You just bet on Scotty Scheffler. What is hard about that? It's actually one of the easiest things that you can do in the sports betting space. You just bet on Scotty Scheffler. He's won like 6 of the last 10 events he's played. He clearly did not like Pinehurst, which it would have been nice to know before, the tournament, because I did bet on him. But he clearly didn't like that course. But if you get him on a course a normal course, he's been completely dominant. Tom Kim played effectively the best possible round you could play. He was the best player in the field in terms of fairways hit. I'm pretty sure he was one of the best in greens hit. I mean, he played exceptional golf, hit an incredible shot on 18 to force that playoff, and it wasn't enough to get over Scotty Scheffler. If you get a weak Scotty Scheffler putts average to the field, he wins. That's kind of how it's been going this year. And we've profited, 20 units on golf in large part due to the GOAT himself, Scotty Scheffler. So look, if you're out there and you're one of these people if you're one of these people that just fade Scotty, I understand the prices are not good. I understand that, and typically coming into this season, I was very adamant. I don't bet golf outrights that are, you know, below. I don't even know for golf. I would say, for golf, typically below like 8-1 is about the lowest I would consider for a golf outright. And I mean, this guy's getting priced at like 3-1. So yeah, I totally get it, but there are this only happens a few times. Scotty this year, we just saw it with UConn basketball recently. It happened like this only happens a few times. You need to take advantage of it when these types of things happen. So if you're one of those people that fade Scotty, I'm sorry. I don't want to hear any of these like consolation woe is me posts though when people say like, oh, this is the 4th time I had someone that came second to Scotty. Okay, like that's still a loss. What is it? If your golfer comes second or 50th, what does it matter? They still lost. So shout out to Scotty Scheffler once again. Just free money on a Sunday. No complaints from me. All right, let's dive in here. I actually have 2 bets for today's video. One is an MLB bet. We're actually going to give out a Copa America bet as well here. I'm 2-0 in Copa America this season. It just started over the weekend, but 2-0 there. Euros have been a struggle for me. I feel like I've been on a lot of the right plays, and there's just been some supreme bad luck going on for us in the Euros. But look, we still have some futures that are in play. We're going to hit one future in Poland to finish last in their group. That was a 1.5 unit play for me. That's going to win. So, we're going to battle back in the Euros, but I do have a Copa America bet and a baseball bet for tonight. Starting off in the baseball streets, it's not a huge Monday slate, but it's not a small, kind of a medium-sized slate here. I'm looking at the Dodgers White Sox at 8:10 for my play tonight. We have what appears to be James Paxton going up against Garrett Crochet. If you've followed baseball at all this season, you know Garrett Crochet has been very, very good for the White Sox. Kind of broke onto the scene. He was a first round pick. He cracked the rotation coming out of spring training, and he has been absolutely electric for them. I've seen rumors of him getting traded at the deadline. Him and Luis Robert, maybe both together. We'll kind of see what happens there. But yeah, Garrett Crochet is absolutely nasty. And if you know anything about James Paxton, or if you watch the videos this year, we have been fading James Paxton pretty much every time he starts a game. So how I'm going to play this is I do not trust the Chicago White Sox bullpen whatsoever. So we are going to take the Chicago White Sox first 5 innings money line. It's minus 122 on FanDuel. I would shop around. Maybe you could get a minus 120 or a minus 115 out there somewhere. I'm not sure. DraftKings did not have James Paxton confirmed as the starter, so they didn't have first 5 innings lines up when I am recording this. But shop around at various books and see if you can get the best possible line. But for the sake of the video, Chicago White Sox first 5 innings money line minus 122. So, like I said, Garrett Crochet has been absolutely dominant. He's got a 2.43 expected ERA, which is one of the best numbers in all of baseball for a starting pitcher. 35% strikeout rate is dominant. 250 expected WOBA allowed, dominant. 192 expected batting average allowed, dominant. Like the guy has just been incredible across the board. He's got an insanely good fastball. He's got an insanely good cutter that gets 38% whiffs. He's got a slider he goes to that gets 37% whiffs. He's just a very, very good pitcher. And the Dodgers are an imposing lineup, most certainly. But, typically I'll take my chances, when I have Garrett Crochet going for those first 5 innings. As for James Paxton, I mean, his leaves a lot to be desired. We've talked a lot on these videos about his strikeout rate. It's basically a career low this year at 15%. His walk rate's at 12%. So he's almost walking as many batters as he's striking out, which is not good. His expected ERA is a full run higher than his actual. So he's been a little bit lucky. Yeah, he just hasn't been very good. And look, I really can't handicap for the White Sox offense. They're not good against either righties or lefties. So that's not playing into this handicap whatsoever. This is simply the fact that I think Garrett Crochet is so significantly better than James Paxton. I'm willing to lay that minus 122 on him and, hope that the White Sox have a 1-0, 2-1 lead, something like that, heading to the later innings. So White Sox first 5 money line minus 122 is the baseball play for today. For our Copa America pick, we have 2 games tonight: Colombia against Paraguay, Brazil against Costa Rica. I'm going to be looking at Colombia here. Colombia is one of the better teams in this tournament. If you look at just the outright market to win Copa America, you have Argentina as slight favorites over Brazil, and then you have Uruguay and Colombia as the next 2 favorites, followed by the United States to round out the top 5. So I really don't think the USA has a chance to win the tournament, so I would take them out. I don't know if Colombia could win the tournament, so I would say it's probably a 3-team race between Argentina, Brazil, and Uruguay to win the Copa America. But Colombia has been very, very good. They're on I believe, 23-match unbeaten streak. So they've won or tied their last 23 international matches, and they've just been on fire. They just destroyed the United States in a friendly before this tournament started. I beat them 5-1. So they're kind of coming in good form. They've scored a lot of goals in their recent games as well. So the offense has been humming, and it's really tough to go against a 23-match unbeaten streak, to be quite honest with you. So how I'm going to play this is, if you look at Paraguay, they are not an offensive team, but they are very, very sound defensively. They are not going to concede many goals. If you just pull up their recent games, I'm going to pull up and just look at what they've done in terms of goals allowed their last few games, because they've been very, very good in that aspect. So let's go with their most recent friendly was against Panama. They won 1-0. They played Chile before that. They lost 3-0 against Peru on June 7th, 0-0. They played Colombia back in November in that friendly window, and Colombia beat them just 1-0. Prior to that, on November 16th, they played Chile again, 0-0. A 1-0 win against Bolivia. That's back in October of last year. They played Argentina in October of last year, just a 1-0 defeat to Argentina. And they also played Venezuela back in last September, a 1-0 defeat. So if you look at this, that's 1 goal allowed, 1 goal allowed, 1 goal allowed, 0, 0, 0, 3, and 0. So, I mean, they have been absolutely stout on the defensive end. They are not going to score a lot of goals, but they're not going to concede a lot of goals either. They play very, very sound defense. And we can just look. I know it's probably a little bit of a different situation, but they did play back in November, and it was just a 1-0 win for Colombia. So I do not want to. I want to get a little bit creative with how we're going to play this. I do think the minus 145 for just the money line, I think that's fine. If you want to just put in Colombia minus 145 on the money line, I think that's fine. I think they're going to win the game tonight, but I think it's going to be a close game. I think it's going to be low scoring. So I want to get a little bit creative here. So I think we can take, there's 2 different ways we can do this. The first is how I'm going to play this. So we're going to take Colombia on the money line, and we're going to pair that in a same game parlay with the under 3.5 goals in the game. And that gets you to plus 105. So like I said, first bet for the video, White Sox first 5 money line. Second is going to be a same game parlay in the Colombia Paraguay game tonight. We're going to take Colombia money line paired with the under 3.5 goals at plus 105. So that's the play. 2 pick same game parlay plus 105 odds. I love that. I think Colombia is going to win 1-0 or maybe 2-0. The other way that I think you can play this, and I might just play both, to be quite honest with you, is on FanDuel, they have correct score or correct score combinations. So under correct score combinations, you can take Colombia to win 1-0, 2-0, or 3-0 at plus 160. I think that's fine. That's something you could consider most certainly. For correct score, Colombia 1-0 or Colombia 2-0, plus 480 and plus 600. I think I'm probably going to bet this same game parlay at the plus 105. And then I might sprinkle a half unit on the 1-0 and a half unit on the 2-0. Worst case scenario, the same game parlay hits and it's, $5 slight profit. But best case scenario, the same game parlay hits and we hit that 1-0 or 2-0 and, we get another, 2 units, two to 3 units out of it. So that's how I'm going to be playing this game. I do think Colombia wins in a close game. I respect the defense of Paraguay. And I think it's going to be a 1-0 or 2-0 game tonight in favor of Colombia. Longer video today. If you made it to the end of the video, I really appreciate it. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel so you know when I post these videos every single day. Last week was a mess for me in terms of trips, and I had other stuff going on. This week, we'll be back to the daily videos. So drop a like on the video. Let me know in the comments if you're tailing these bets tonight. Good luck tonight, and I'll see everybody on Tuesday.